State Representative Nikki Randall plans to focus on issues that she's passionate about this year, now that she's no longer the BIB delegation chair and dealing mostly with local legislation. I caught up with a lawmaker to learn more. Representative Randall, getting ready to head back up to the Capitol this year. What are some of the big topics you expect to tackle this year?
Well, I'm introducing several pieces of legislation. You know, for the last few years I've been doing so much local stuff till I hadn't been able to really introduce anything that I was passionate about. But I have a couple pieces that I've already pre-filed. One will change the procedure that we use here in Georgia when a death occurs at the hand of law enforcement. What the legislation proposes is to, instead of having a grand jury make that determination, the AG will appoint a special prosecutor. And it's going to be a more open, transparent process, and it will not include using a whole lot of the local prosecutor. And so I think that we have to be proactive in light of all of the other incidences that we've seen throughout the nation. I think we want to get in front of that and make sure that we can offer our citizens a process that they'll feel much better about. Because I think that was the biggest problem in Ferguson. I think the people did not feel like it was a transparent process. They felt like the local prosecutor and law enforcement had too much influence on the grand jury, and that may be the case. And so I think before we need to, I think we should put something in place, something different that I think most citizens can feel comfortable about.
And you also mentioned you had a local piece of delegation that you're going to introduced to,
Oh yes,
right?
I do. The Macon Water Authority, their pension program, there needs to be some slight changes to basically just upgrade it, and so we've introduced that as well for them.
I know a big issue this year is probably going to be the medical marijuana debate. Is that something that you are interested in support of, or do you have any comment on that?
Absolutely. You know, I'm a member of Health and Human Services Committee and have been for the whole 15 years that I've been in legislature. So if something is good for the health of our citizens, we should certainly take a look at it. I supported the measure last year. I certainly plan to support it and get more involved in supporting it. I am very happy that Representative Peake included some other chronic illnesses and where these patients can also find a benefit from the medical cannabis. So I'm certainly in favor of it, and I plan to help more in making sure that that people understand it, so that we can get this done, so we can bring some relief to some of our sickest citizens.
I know Macon BIB leaders have approached the delegation last year regarding maybe taking a look at that mandated 20% budget cut. Is that something you would consider, taking a look at the charter, reworking it? I
am in favor of that. I am no longer delegation chair, so I'm not sure if the delegation chair will introduce that as part of the charter cleanup for 2015, but I am certainly in favor of that. I was really never in favor of the reduction because I know that in transition it's kind of hard to make drastic cuts like that in the beginning, and I know it'll probably cost us some services, and it'll probably cost some employees as well if that mandate continues at the level that it was passed.
As you just mentioned, you're no longer the BIB delegation chair. Any feelings towards that? As you get to focus a little bit more on some of the issues that are important to you?
I feel I have no regrets and no apologies. I feel that it ran its course, and I hope that the community is pleased with my service, but I felt it was time for me to step down, and so that I can try to concentrate on some things that I'm passionate about. Being delegation chair, you're pretty much consumed with all of the local business, and so I didn't have a whole lot of time to do anything else. So, so I'm excited about going back to Atlanta and being able to, have a little bit more flexibility in my schedule.
Anything else you wish to add, Representative Randall, before you head back up to the Capitol?
No, I'm just grateful to Macon and BIB, the support of Macon and BIB, especially District 142, that have enough confidence in me to send me back to Atlanta, and I'll certainly do the best that I can to represent their best interests at all times. Macon BIB is my top priority, and I won't let anybody in Atlanta change that.